want the county to be aware that that I'm having to seek
Who's his boss?
this remedy.
Who's his boss?
I'm believing Timothy Dahl. Okay. Let me see if that's the paperwork I got. Yeah, Tim Dahl, D-A-H-L.
Okay.
You know, director. It says.
Go. Nice ring, by the way. I like turquoise.
Thank you, sir. You know, I never thought I would get married or anything, but I did.
Right.
You know, but you know,
twice.
I'm trying to.
I got unmarried twice.
Yeah, that's how it happens. You know, I'm sorry for that, but at the same time, I'm congratulative of that because you had to separate yourself from the
craziness,
toxic situation that happens naturally in this world between two natural human beings. You know what I mean? But I want you guys to know that I
don't get calls.
I don't want to be fucked with by the county. You know, I'm trying to live my life peaceful as possible. You know,
you and I do know each other. You don't remember me.
I kind of remember you. I think I'm the one that I told you not to call me by the name Willis Postcard.
Oh, I don't remember that. I'm not sure, but I arrested you once upon time.
Okay.
You cracked the plexiglass with your head.
Dang.
Told me you.
That was you that arrested me?
As hard as you. All that good shit. Neither here nor there. I'm not bringing that up for any reason of animosity.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm bringing it up to show you that
you understand where I'm coming from.
Whatever, you know what I mean? Like
whatever I might think of you.
I'm not a grudge holder. You know
yes,
what I mean?
sir.
Like, it seems to me that you're not.
I ain't.
You know.
I don't hold ill will
every day. I know you're back in town.
I don't hold ill will and discontent for people.
Back to that 2015 thing, you know. I mean, I know all that stuff.
You know, when it's something.
I just wanted you to have your peace and say.
Sir, when it's something that has to do with one of my neighbors around me, I will have a civil conversation and come to a civil agreement. When it happens to do with a officer or a public service member, it's a different story. I can't have a man-to-man conversation with you. I can only have a man-to-agent-employee conversation with you. Unless we were hanging out down fishing over at Weber or something. Right. Okay? Now, the thing about it is, that's just where I'm coming from. I can't sit there and have a civil agreement with you when you're an agent-employee because...
Well, we can speak like men, but there's...
Yeah, but I wouldn't want you.
There's a point when there's me and you talking as men.
Yeah.
And then there's me and you interacting through my official
capacity. Yes, sir.
You know, both can happen.
Yeah, because they can, but at the same time, you're the one out of us two that has to watch your P's and Q's more, because based on this stuff right here, you know.
Yeah.
Especially with like number one is public service is a public trust, requiring employees to place loyalty to the Constitution, the laws, and ethical principles above that of private gain.
Right.
So, it's hard for you to talk to me as a man because your man side of your official duty might.
I mean, I'll give you an example.
Cause you to say something like "fuck me" or something. You know what I mean?
I'll give you an example though. There's scenarios where you meet up with somebody, you got a grievance, you got a complaint. They go, "Man, fuck, dude. Totally see where you're coming from. The law says this, and this is what I got to do." I fucking hear you, but what people think is common sense ain't always the way the law is written.
Oh, I know that
me not being a legislator, I don't have any say in it.
Listen,
you know what I mean, I have the same say you do.
Yes.
To write a letter to my congressman, to write a letter to the senators.
Yes.
Shit like that. Right?
But on this point,
to try to affect
hear me.
Vote.
Yeah, hear me out on this point, okay? Because that is a very good point. With this said, you're upholding a trust, right? You know what I mean? I say all this all the time. Okay, for one, legal is not lawful. Lawful is not legal. There's a difference between lawful and legal, and a state legislation is different than that of a federal legislation. Okay. So with state, anything you know how on the paperwork, because I've got many paperwork, I've learned all this. I have comprehension issues and stuff. I never got that good of I have a hard time learning, but when I do learn, I have like a obsessive compulsive need to learn this thing, right?
Okay.
So like when Jeff Stark started messing with me, or like when me and my stepdad got in a fist fight, he used a 9-iron on me, but then turned around and tell the cops that I used a 9-iron on him. But that's not the case. They described it as a crow had landed on both of my shoulders and I had bleeding from my chest and my forehead, but I supposedly hit him with the 9-iron. So what I'm trying to get to is that while a state agent might consider something illegal, that same something is fully lawful.
Not always.
Not always, but in 9 times out of 10. I'm telling you, I could prove it to you. And the thing about it is on our paperwork it comes as capital, all caps, the state of Nevada.
Right.
When I'm telling people, I say the state of such and such, right? But I put the quotations around the state of, because it could be any one of these states calling themselves a state, but at the end of the day, that state is an agency under the executive branch.
I have to simplify it for you though, from my end. I am tasked with my job. Part of what I swore that oath to do is to uphold and enforce the laws of the state of Nevada, as well as the ordinances of the county and maybe.
Yeah, but just don't let that enforcement impede on somebody's rights, because then you would be the one breaking the law.
It's a matter of what they.
Just because the state agency tells you that you can do something does not mean that that was lawful to do. I'm telling you that comes down to Marbury versus Madison. Okay, Madison thought that he could withhold Marbury's pay under a legal agreement.
I can't get into all that because I don't even know.
But no, this is a
case.
Okay, case law is upheld for 200 years. This specific case, Marbury versus Madison. But it was found that what Madison was trying to do to Marbury was unlawful.
Okay.
While it was legal what Marbury was doing to Madison, or Madison was doing to Marbury.
Violation of a Nevada state law. You know what I mean? And I can articulate that
That's like driving my truck unregistered. I have the right to drive my truck unregistered, while the state of Nevada thinks that legally.
The roads.
Yeah, this is my road, not your road.
Well,
the agency does not own these roads, sir. You know, I hope that you would be able to come on to an agreement with that. No, they don't. The state of Nevada does not own these roads. The state of Nevada would not have money if it was not for the people providing them with that money.
Look, man, I can't get into all that and change the world.
Oh, I know, but this comes down to officers.
If you do that,
what?
We're gonna write you a ticket. We're gonna possibly tow your vehicle. Those things are.
Yeah, and you would be a criminal for doing so.
Then you take that to court and call me a criminal, and it'll go to.
Yeah, but that's where you guys always stand on this, and this is the divide between the people, sir.
We have to.
Sir.
We enforce the law.
For one, you never have to. For one, you never have to. That's like saying that the raper had to rape the rapist.
Someone saying, i.e., Nazi Germany, I was just following orders. There's a difference between someone saying they're following orders and saying they're following the law.
You know what? A lot of people
is legislated by legislators that were voted into place by the people.
You know, listen.
And if you want those laws to change,
listen though.
Then you go through an
not through the state agency though. The people didn't vote for laws through the state agency. They voted through laws through a federal government, which is the national government.
There are federal laws.
These
but there are
states.
What you're talking about is
states are an agency. Okay, I could prove it to you. And you say, hey, but sir, listen to me.
Brother, I can't get into it.
Yeah. You keep on saying I can't get into it.
I'm not an attorney. All I know is
I'm not an attorney. Did you know attorneys only practice? You cannot believe an attorney. They only practice. They're only practicing. Nothing that they do
what I'm getting
is true.
Is it's an argument that's going to go nowhere.
Listen, it's not even an argument. You're saying it's an argument, but I'm saying it's not an argument, and I can prove that it's not an argument. I'm not getting mad. Listen,
I just mean like if I was.
If it was
the scenario.
You see my house how it says shit is fucked up and stuff?
Yeah.
That is not my sign.
Okay.
Okay, that is the sign of Winston Otto Knowles. Down in Royce City, Texas, Rockwall County, Texas. Okay, Royce City decided to put him in jail for a sign that said shit is fucked up and stuff. His other sign said fuck the system because the system ain't gonna fuck itself. You see what I'm saying? So now listen to this. They put him in jail, right? And a year later a bunch of people went down there to the same corner with even more vulgar offensive signs. And they even called the cops on themselves. They said, oh my gosh, there's a guy down here with a vulgar, offensive sign. Can you come down and just beat the shit out of him? And the dispatcher was forced to say a year later, after arresting Winston Otto Knowles for that sign, the dispatcher says, sir, no, we can't just arrest somebody for a sign.
Let me give you an example.
Sir, we can't just beat somebody up for a sign.
In line with what you're talking about, right? Second Amendment. Nye County happens to be a Second Amendment sanctuary. A big believer in your rights to carry.
And you guys,
bear
as an
arms
agency,
and all
are
that
doing that as a ploy to not. You can deny this all you want, but
ploy.
no,
You're
you,
supporting the people's rights to carry and bear firearms.
that's what it looks like on the face.
Okay.
That's what it looks like on the face.
So who isn't?
But what it really, but I see all the time things that is not constitutional happening with the Second Amendment
let me get back
in
to
this
the
county.
Point. Let me get back to the point I was trying to make. So there's a Second
I'm not saying you guys are wrong, guy.
It says you can
but
carry.
I love this conversation.
Listen, it's real quick.
Okay.
There's a Second Amendment that says you can open carry in the state of Nevada, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people sometimes carry AR-15s, and they'll go into public places and do that.
Which is their right to do.
Depending on the scenario, because sometimes they find themselves on private property and, like a shopping mall parking lot.
Yeah, but
something like that, where they can be contested.
In order to get an LLC in this state, you have to agree to all the terms. So a guy can't say private business, especially when they're entering it to the public.
Diverting me over here.
It's because it has to be diverted. We cannot get to the bottom of a conversation without getting to the bottom of a conversation. And cops always want to make it fast and quick. And
no, I just want to make a simple point. You won't let me. Yeah. Just a simple point, right? So,
but I can rebuke your simple point, so that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you're wrong. Yes, yes, sir. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Then, when you explain it that way, okay.
Just because you can do a thing, doesn't mean you should do a thing, right? So a thing being legal and lawful doesn't mean that it's cool. So
man, it's very fucking cool when it's lawful. Lawful is the basis of.
So like the vulgar, obscene stuff or whatever, right? Say you paint a big dick on the side of your house to go with it. Maybe little kids can't read, but they know what a picture of a big dick looks like.
Oh, I'm gonna paint a big dick.
Listen to me though.
Yep. That was my next one.
But why? Because you're offending children and mothers, and why be antagonistic?
Have you ever heard of Terminillo versus Chicago?
Just because you can, and case law is irrelevant. I don't care who supports your right to do it. What I'm saying is,
speech is allowed to be offensive. Speech is allowed to bring people, provoke people.
That doesn't mean you're a nice guy. It means you're a shitty neighbor.
No.
Yeah, because you're offending.
No, it means that your feelings of me.
I don't care. It's not
you just said that if I painted a big dick, I would be a mean guy. But I'm one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
I'm not saying that you are. I'm making a point. I'm just making a point.
What's offensive to you is not offensive to others.
Legal,
that's why the freedom of speech is so important.
But listen,
you see what I'm saying?
What I'm saying is
artistic expression.
You conduct yourself in a certain way. Hi.
Hi, how we doing?
What's going on?
I wanted to ask you a question. Is this your car here?
Who, me a question?
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Is this your car here?
I don't answer questions.
You don't answer questions?
No.
If it's on your property, you have the right to have it.
It's not on your property. It's on an easement. You don't have a right to tow that away.
Is an easement.
If you move it, you'll be sued. You'll be liable for a suit.
The tow company could tell you.
The tow company can't tell you. This guy can't even tell you.
I was just asking a question. We're just trying to clean up right now. I was just asking.
Yes, sir. Hey, listen.
I don't answer questions, buddy.
Yeah, I'm not about to question you, you son of a bitch. I'm going to tell you.
Whoa.
I'm about to tell you.
Dude,
listen.
No,
you don't come up to me and then try to ask me questions and then attempt to fucking tell me.
Look.
I'll tell your fucking ass.
Relax.
I am fully relaxed. I'm fully fucking relaxed. I'm standing on a big fucking hill and it's called the First fucking Amendment.
Yes, and it's also called provoking assault.
Provoking is a Terminillo versus Chicago.
Okay.
Speech is allowed to provoke.
Hey,
speech is allowed to stir people to anger. Speech is allowed to strike at your fears.
Why are you getting upset? I'm not.
Because.
Why are you getting so upset?
You don't know what upset is. You're trying to say something about upset.
Nobody's screaming at you. Why
don't step inside this civil matter, sir.
I'm going to step inside a matter where you're getting
No, you step inside somebody that's committing a crime. You do not step inside somebody that you feel.
Look, dude.
Trust me.
You're gonna
there ain't no looking.
I don't want to.
There ain't no look, dude.
Okay.
There ain't no look, dude. This ain't your feelings. This is the law. I have the right to tell this guy what I feel about this right now.
And he has the right to not be harassed by you.
I'm not. Speech is not harassment. Speech is not harassment. Speech is not harassment. Speech is not harassment. Does this feel harassing? Because speech is not harassment. Does this feel harassing? Now you've sparked a protest. This is a protest. I'm standing on a big fucking hill. Now you have sparked a protest by trying to stop me from explaining to this man what he was doing wrong.
What I'm saying to you is that you're making a big deal out of nothing.
Oh, it's a big deal.
You're flipping out over what?
Nope, I'm not flipping out. I'm being very calm. I'm expressing myself in an artistic expression. This is artistic expression.
yelling.
I